Okay, so how do you tame your monkey mind and get rid of your anxiety? Let's talk about that in this video. My name is Samantha. I'm a therapist and I'm doing a video every day for a year to get over my fear of public speaking and social anxiety. This is video 108 of 365. And this is take 2. I was doing another video and of course my camera cut off. So I'm like, oh man, there's always something that happens lately. So I'm getting used to it. I'm changing things around a little bit. So my SD card got full. So I was like, I'll just start the video over. I was just a few minutes in. So yeah, how do you tame this monkey mind so you can actually create what you're wanting? Because we can't create from this anxious place. I mean, technically you can manifest from anxiety, I would say, but I look at it like this, like if you want to actually have a great life, you want to just feel good. You don't want to be anxious, right? Like we don't want to feel bad and we don't want to be on a roller coaster. I want to get you guys feeling better baseline all the time. There's no need to, okay, I got to get over my anxiety, just so I can manifest this thing. And then once I have it, I'm going to feel better. That's not really how it works, if you'll notice. Because we're manifesting 24/7, 365. And when you get something or someone, you'll notice that you start to, self-sabotage. Or, that person leaves. Or, these people start treating me bad again, but they were treating me really well. And, I thought I wanted this, but now I don't. And it's like these weird things kind of start happening. And I really believe that it's because we're trying to manifest something and create something from this place of need and lack and scarcity and all of those things. And it's so much better to create a good self-concept inside before trying to consciously create something. And starting with self-concept is priceless. The way that you speak to yourself, the way you feel about yourself is so important. What are you telling yourself about yourself? What are you believing about yourself? And it goes back to the I am. So whatever you say after I am is what you're believing. So if you say I am anxious, for instance, you're feeling anxious. You're identifying with I have anxiety right now, And so I encourage you to stop and say, okay, is this really anxiety? What is this? How do I know I'm anxious? What do I actually feel like? And kind of identify, what do I feel like? Is my heart racing? Am I sweating? Am I dizzy? Your body will tell you biologically what's going on. And 9 times out of 10, or maybe even 10 times out of 10, we've got some shallow breathing going on and we got some muscle tension going on. And that stuff just kind of happens automatically. It's almost like a fight or flight response we've got going on mildly, probably a lot of the time. It's like a mild case of stress, like a chronic mild stress going on in the background. I think a lot of us live with that, and some of us don't even know that we're feeling that way. So I think it's so good to be aware of what am I feeling? How am I breathing? How are my shoulders up to my ears or are they dropped? So right now, check your shoulders. Do a shoulder check. Drop your shoulders down. Just drop them. Relax. Take a big deep breath in for 4 seconds. Hold it for maybe a second or two. Then take another deep breath. Fill up your lungs really, really well. Hold that for a couple seconds and let it go for about 8 seconds. Get all that air out of your lungs, all the stale air, just get it out. If you do a cycle of about 20 of those, you're going to naturally calm your body down because you're getting more oxygen to your brain. A lot of times we don't have enough oxygen. So we're breathing really shallowly. We don't even know it. And then that is contributing to our quote anxiety because it's like a biological thing. It's like we're automatically creating this feeling. And what accompanies that is it's like a loop. It's like we start noticing I'm anxious. And then we're identifying with the fact that we're anxious. And then our body's telling us we're anxious. And then we start having anxious thoughts and it just starts going in a loop. So it's very important to notice how am I breathing and to let your muscles relax, to be very conscious. Start from the top of your head to your toes. Start noticing, where am I tight? Where am I tense? Where am I holding something? Sometimes we freeze and we hold our breath. I've done that so much. Sometimes I catch myself doing it. They call it like email apnea, where like you're on your computer and you're like looking at your email and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm holding my breath. I do that so many times, and I have to like consciously tell myself like, hey, take a breath. You're reading too much and you're frozen. So it's almost like this, it's a fight or flight response that we put our bodies into sometimes. And so it's really so beneficial to notice biologically, where are you? Like how's your body feeling? If you're feeling anxious, where are you feeling it in your body? Be very conscious of that. Your body's trying to tell you something. If you have pain in your body, that could be caused from these anxious thoughts. Your body's needing something. It's saying, hey, like your thoughts might be off a little bit. Maybe your definitions might be off. Like maybe you're perceiving a certain situation in a way that is causing you to feel anxious, or possibly your anxiety really isn't anxiety. Maybe it's just excitement. Maybe that's all that it is too. It's like, how are we defining this feeling that we're feeling? Maybe we're just a little nervous or something. Or maybe we're just identifying that, fortune telling is what they call it. So maybe, I'm thinking about this thing in the future that's making me suffer right now. That's what we normally do. That's kind of what anxiety is. It's like, I'm suffering now because I created this thing in my head because, it kind of looks like what it has looked like in the past, and I've always felt that way. So this is the way I'm probably going to feel again. Or I'm making myself feel this way. It's almost like we make ourselves suffer in the moment to like get it before it gets us. Consider that too. Like, what if the situation didn't actually happen that way? We kind of like make things bigger than they are sometimes, and that makes us suffer. So you've got to remember, like, it's only you making yourself suffer, because we do have a choice what we identify with and what thoughts we think. Your brain does not know what's true or false, so you have to tell it what to think. And then you have to do that deliberately, because it's going to go, the monkey mind's going to just jump around. It's going to go crazy, as monkeys have no boundaries unless they're trained. So you got to train your brain to have boundaries. Where are my thoughts bouncing to? Are they going in a straight line with straight up, really great focus? Or are they bouncing all around, which means you're on a roller coaster. You never know how you're going to feel. So you have to deliberately say, I am going to create a different mindset today. How do I want to feel? How do I prefer to feel? How do I feel now? Does that feel how I prefer? And is this a supportive way for me to feel? Does this support me, or does this hurt me? And really figure that out, because only you'll know which way to go, because you're going to know from your feelings. Basically, they're going to tell you, hey, this doesn't feel right. And from there, you can kind of gauge like, okay, I was thinking this right before I felt this. So I wonder if that's connected. Probably. It's linked up right there. So what else can I link up with a better feeling thought? What else do I want to feel? And then you kind of figure out also, what identity do you want to have? Do you want to be an anxious person? Or do you want to be a peaceful person, a person at peace? And I think peace is something a lot of people want. I hear freedom a lot, and happiness and love, but peace is really big too. And when you have internal peace, it's priceless. And so doing work like this on yourself and thinking about, who am I being every moment and what am I identifying with? Am I going to be the anxious me today? Or am I going to choose to disrupt this thought pattern I've got going on for years possibly? And remember, okay, I need to calm the nervous system down a little bit. I need to relax. I need to breathe, and I need to be present, because sometimes also we like almost jump out of our bodies into the future, the perceived future. We jump out, we dissociate, we stuff down, we suppress, we ignore, things like that. If you'll just allow yourself to kind of feel the feeling that's coming up, it's like it goes away. Like you can actually, like, what you avoid will persist. It will still be there. So it's kind of like, if you'll just allow yourself to feel, if you're feeling some pain, emotional pain, sadness, just let it kind of go through your body, pass through a little bit, and then start to direct gently your mind. Okay, we're going to start thinking this way over here now. We're not going to touch this hot stove anymore. We're just going to go over here now. Some days you're going to have those days where you just want to feel sad. Some days are like that. Don't dwell there forever, though. You deserve to feel happy, and you deserve to get out of that hole that we put ourselves in sometimes. Oh my God, we got to claw out of this hole now. And then we get mad at ourselves for falling in the hole that we got to claw our way out of again. And so it's this cycle we put ourselves through. In other words, we're addicted to the cycle. It's just like, it's no better than like doing drugs. It really is true. It's like, as soon as you think a thought, it creates a chemical reaction in our brain. So you become addicted to that level of stress almost. It's almost like the stress becomes familiar and comfortable, even though it doesn't feel good. It's almost like a familiar, known feeling. And we're almost scared to feel an unfamiliar, unknown feeling, even though it could feel good. Isn't that crazy that we do that to ourselves? So I just want you guys to be aware of these things, because I'll be talking about these things in the every video, and knowledge of this is super important. I feel it's just priceless. Nobody really teaches this to us. And so if you just remember, like, am I living in my familiar past, or am I going to go to the unfamiliar future that could like lead me to everything I'm wanting? And it's only you keeping yourself stuck in that mind prison. It's like this battle you're fighting, and it's just you and you against, you and you against you and you. It's all that it is. And you get to decide at every moment, and you get to decide, am I going to be the old me, or am I going to be the new me? Which am I identifying with? Because you can't be double-minded. That's when we become ambivalent. We're 50-50. Well, I hear this from clients all the time. I know I'm a great person. I know I'm like a queen or a king, and I'm freaking awesome. But then also I feel like I don't matter, and I feel like I'm not worthy, and I feel like I'm unimportant. And it's like, God, that's double-mindedness. That's like, you can't have both. That's split energy. You got to pick one. Which one actually are you? Most people know they're actually the first one. They're like, I know I'm worthy. I just know I am. I just can't link the two up in my mind to actually believe it. And it's because of the programming. It's just that programming, and it's identity. It's the definitions that you've assigned to things in the past that you didn't know you were doing it with. And you kind of you don't have to do a lot of work with this. It really is very simple. You can just start identifying with something different. I no longer want to feel this way. I know this. Therefore, I'm going to choose to gently guide myself over this way to start thinking different thoughts that feel a little bit better. And sometimes you can have an overnight transformation. Some people do. They quantum leap into the new destiny for themselves. But a lot of people, they don't, because I feel that sometimes some people need the experiences to get there before they get there, because it's like shaping and molding you into this person that you want to become. So sometimes we're what I call a slow learner. It's like we want to learn slowly, because it's like we want to experience the things, even though they might not feel so good. We put ourselves through these things when we really could just decide. So it's up to you what you want to do, how you want to do this, how much digging you want to do in your past for what beliefs are there. I think it's important. A lot of people don't think this is important, but I like it. I think it's a really cool thing to do, to like figure out what happened to me to make me believe this? Like, who told me this? Why did I even think this way? And it's just so cool to like change that, transmute it into a different energy where it's just been like sitting in you forever. And there's nothing better than feeling worthy. And I will tell you, you are worthy. You are important. These are the things that you're born being. And it's just that programming that comes in from the things that happen to us, the abuse, the neglect, the bullying, whatever happened, and the meanings we assigned to those things happening to us about ourselves. That's what happened. Or we might have had somebody telling us, you don't matter, I don't care about you. And therefore we internalized that, and we started thinking that way about ourselves. And that's where the self-abuse comes in. If you will just look at this as, if I'm believing these things, I'm abusing myself. I've got to make a change here. You deserve that change. You deserve to feel good all the time. We're supposed to feel good. We're supposed to have fun while we're here and enjoy everything we're doing here. This is a 3D reality that we're supposed to experience through our 5 senses. We're having an experience. It's supposed to be fun. Everything we think and believe about ourselves and about others, people are reflecting to us like a mirror. So it's like if you change the reflection, if you smile into the mirror is going to smile back. But if you're frowning at it, it's not going to smile back at you. You got to change. You got to change you. And you've got to remember that it's just an addiction. You're addicted to the old you. That's it. You're just addicted. And once you get out of that familiar past and into an unfamiliar, maybe uncomfortable, unknown future self, that's if you could just bridge that gap in between the two and be brave and know that like, hey, I can actually do this. I don't have to stay stuck back here. That's when magic happens, when you actually start believing and you make that decision to change into that. It's just programming. It's just the addiction to the thoughts. It's not knowing that we can even disrupt and change them. We're not taught that. So you got to rewire that in. Just look at it like I'm ripping out the wiring and I'm putting in new wiring. That's what you're doing. You're just disrupting this thought that came up. We cannot catch all the thoughts though. Remember, we've got like 60 to 70,000 thoughts that we have a day. Every day we've got this many thoughts. You're never going to transmute all these thoughts. So you just kind of look at what you're mostly thinking about. You probably got like at least 10 good dominant thoughts that you think about yourself or your day or your life or your partner or your kids or your job. You know, you've got like, you probably have 5,000, but note what maybe the top 10 are that you're dominantly thinking a lot that might be running your life, because there is something back in the back of your mind that is just running the show always. And it's causing exhaustion. It's causing you to force things, control things instead of allowing things. We've got to surrender in order to allow. And it's like crazy when you surrender control, you get the control that you've always had back. It's like you're always in control, even though you think you're not. So yeah, just you can do this. And I'm with you every step of the way. I'm doing a video every day. So stay tuned with me, and I'll be beating this into your head every day because I'm doing it as I'm teaching it. I'm remembering to learn it myself. So yeah, you guys are helping me just as much as I'm helping you, hopefully. So I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and start changing that mind. You can do it every second. It's your choice. You can do it. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.